Good evening, everyone. This is Mike. I've got an update for you about tonight's podcast. Sadly, we won't be going live. I'm having some technical issues with my new computer, which is very frustrating. So I'm not able to go live tonight. I'm trying to upload an old episode that I can replay for you. So at least you've got something in this time slot, but it takes time to upload that, and it may not be ready for 9 p.m. So I apologize so much for that. I'm on my cell phone right now. That's why it looks different. And the cell phone doesn't have the same functionality as doing it on the computer. And of course, the composition here uh, just doesn't look good. I can't do a whole episode on my cell phone like this. So sadly, I'm going to scratch it for tonight. And I apologize. I had a guest lined up, and I had actually a lot of things lined up. We were going to do the live trivia question with Rob Hilditch, and we were going to do some trading posts and try to bring people on live if they wanted to come on for some show and tell. I had some videos to share, so I'm going to try to just push all of that off until next week. And I'll thank you in advance for your patience. And if you're just joining me, sadly, I will not be going live with the podcast tonight. I'm having some technical issues with my computer, so I apologize for that. And like I said, if you're just joining us, I'm trying to upload an older episode to see if I can get that to play, but it takes time to upload it, and that may not be uploaded in time to air at 9 p.m. But monitor the channel, because wherever you're watching this, because if it's ready at 9:05, 9:10, 9:15, that's when I'll set it to go. As soon as it's ready, it's 20% uploaded, and it's got to be uploaded for the top of the hour. So no pressure there. Yeah, this is the glitz and glamour of doing live podcasts. Sometimes it just doesn't work. Judy Rinaldi. Oh, nice to hear from you, Judy. You are very welcome, and thank you for everything you do as well. Judy is an inductee of the Eastern Snowmobile Racing Hall of Fame, class of 2020, and a dear friend. Love to have you on the podcast sometime, Judy, to hear about all of your racing exploits over the years. She is one of the top Eastern racers in the sport. Yeah, truly extraordinary woman as a person and as a racer. Just, you can't find better. But yeah, so like I said, I keep repeating myself here, but if you're just joining me, I won't be going live tonight for a podcast. I'm talking to you now from my cell phone. I need to be doing it from my computer to do it correctly. I'm having some technical issues, trying to resolve them. It's not going to happen for tonight as far as going live. Alden Banks says, sorry to hear about it. Hope we get it fixed soon. Thank you very much, Alden. I hope to get it fixed soon as well. It's very, very frustrating. There's been a whole lot of swearing involved. If these walls could talk, they could tell you about all the swearing that's been going on in here. Cussing like a sailor. Rob Hilditch says, hi, Mike. They're losing their snow. Yeah, that's a bummer. We lost a lot of ours today as well. We hit 60 degrees Fahrenheit. So yeah, like I said, I've got an older episode I'm trying to upload in time for it to air at 9 p.m. It's going to be awfully tight. It may not fire right at 9, but keep checking 9:05, 9:10, 9:15. As soon as it's uploaded, I'll set it to play. So at least you've got an older episode to keep you amused while I resolve these issues. We've also got Bombard, Floyd, and Lisa saying Happy St. Patrick's Day. Well, thank you so much. And to you as well. As you can see, the luck of the Irish, I'm wearing a little green tonight. I had I usually wear the collared shirts. I even had a green one of those, but it won't be happening. So yeah, I'm coming to you from my cell phone here because I'm having trouble with my computer, singular. Technical issues. I won't be going live tonight. I had some guests lined up and everything. Just sadly not going to happen. But I'm trying to upload an older episode. I keep repeating myself in case people are coming on and joining me while this is in progress. But yeah, that is the story. My apologies, folks. Hopefully we'll get this all resolved and doing it for next week. If not, hopefully the week after. And then that will be the last week of the podcast as far as live episodes for the season. I'll be then transitioning into a muscle car podcast that I'll be doing for the summer. I hope that you will join me for that. If you want to find where that would air, okay, someone's saying good luck, Mike. A 2-hour next week, Rob says. That's not a bad idea. Or maybe for the final episode on the 31st, maybe do like a 2-hour extravaganza. That's not a bad idea, Rob. That's something to think about. Skip Esty said he doesn't know Judy, but he sees her in all of his USSA Snow Track magazines from back in the day. Outstanding. Yes, she was as an accomplished racer as you can find. And then, we've got, oh yeah, Alaska Railroad says, hi Mike, what's the issue? Yeah, I'm having a technical problem with my camera and my microphone. I'm on my cell phone right now. So I won't be going live tonight. I had some things planned. But let's see if I can. Alaska Railroad sent me some images while we're fooling around here. Let's see if I can pull them up because he sent me some really nice images. I was planning to share them with you tonight. Also, a couple of announcements. While we're doing this, let's do an impromptu podcast. What the hell? The second annual Vintage Snowmobile Show in Island Pond, Vermont. I spoke with them earlier today. They're still planning to do it. The forecast is not looking so good for it, but they're planning to do it no matter what happens. Also, this Vintage Snowmobile Show in Constableville, New York, this coming weekend, sadly has been canceled. So I wanted to let you guys know about that. If you're just joining me, I'm doing an impromptu podcast from my cell phone. I'm not going to do an entire podcast because it's just too cumbersome to do on the phone. But as you can see here, I got a nice email from Dave, also known as Alaska Railroad. He says, despite his username, he lives in western Wisconsin. You asked for a couple of photos weeks ago about his 1980 Polaris TXL. It'll be an honor to show you and the members of the podcast. I have many other photos I can share bit by bit on the show to help keep the show interesting. I have photos of past vintage sleds I've owned, amazing photos of sleds in the St. Germain and Eagle River museums. This week, I will show my pride and joy, my 1980 Polaris TXL. I've owned this gem since 1992. The photo with the very young me was taken in 1993. Thank you, Mike, for the podcast. I belong to a snowmobile forum, but a podcast where people can actually visit live and through chat is amazing. As a huge snowmobile guy and a mega vintage snowmobile lover, thank you. And you are very welcome, and I thank you so much for sending in these photos. Let's take a closer look at these images. This is one of the things I was planning to do tonight. So these are Dave's 1980 Polaris TXL. And that was a sharp sled. That was shortly after they went from a white body to a blue body, and it really was a sharp looking sled. Those were the days, I must say. Let me find my graphic here. So yeah, if you're just joining me, we're doing an impromptu, improvised podcast because I'm having a technical problem with my camera and microphone. I'm on my cell phone right now instead of my computer, just to let you know we're having technical problems. I'm trying to upload another older version, older episode of the podcast, so something can at least air in this time slot, and it's taking some time. I'm only at 26%, so it may be 9:30 by the time that's ready for prime time. So I don't know what's going to happen, but I just wanted to let you know what's going on, so you don't. If you're looking for the podcast, you're not finding dead air or just what's going on, you know. And Bombard, Floyd, and Lisa are commenting on that Polaris from Alaska Railroad. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. It's 9 o'clock. This is the time when we usually start the podcast, and I'm actually going to wind down my announcement that there won't be a podcast, not a live one anyway. Yeah, because I'm having technical issues with my computer, and like I said, if you're just joining me, I'm uploading another edition, an older edition, to air in the time slot, and it's taking its sweet time. As Murphy Law would have it, it's 26% uploaded, so it may not be ready for viewing until 9:15, 9:25, 9:30, something like that. But that's what's going on, guys. I apologize. I thank you so much for your loyalty and your support and being with me with this podcast. Really appreciate it. Without you guys, this podcast would be nothing, because I would lose the motivation to do it. And also just all of the interaction and engagement that everyone is sharing with me as far as sending me photos and videos and telling me about events and coming on here live. It's just an incredible experience. And Rob Hildrich is saying thank you for letting us know. And I also a huge thank you to Rob for coming on with a trivia question every week. And he's been introducing me to some people who might be suitable for coming on the podcast at some point, and there's some other things going on that aren't quite ready for a big reveal yet. But yeah, Rob and I have been collaborating behind the scenes here. Just some really, really good stuff. Pardon me, and I thank him so much for that. Yeah. So with that, 1 minute into the into the time of when the podcast is supposed to just be starting, I'm going to wind it down. But Stacy and Art Fosler, hi Mike from North Carolina. In fact, I think I'd messaged you about you won the trivia question a couple of weeks ago, and we've got a hat, Amsoil hat, coming your way. So check your email on your messenger. I sent you a message a couple of days ago, and message me back with your address, and we'll get that hat right out to you. Alden Banks says, catch you next week. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much for that. And thank you so much for the compliment. I really appreciate it. So, yeah, that's it, guys. I'm going to wind it down 2 minutes into when we normally get started. Having technical issues tonight. I'm on here from my cell phone. As you can tell, it looks a lot different. I'm trying to upload an older episode, and it's taking a sweet time. We're now at 28%, so that probably won't air until 9:15, 9:30, something like that. Satan Art Fosler, yes, you're very welcome on that. I'll be looking forward to your reply. And yeah, thank you so much, guys. Appreciate your willing to roll with me on this and your understanding and patience with technical issues. Like I said, I'm coming to you from my cell phone because I'm having technical issues with my camera on my computer and my microphone. So yeah, this is the podcast for tonight. Just a few minutes to let you know that I won't be going live, but if you stick around, I'm trying to upload an older episode, so at least you can watch that. That may not be ready till 15, 20, 25, or 30 past, but wherever you're viewing this, stick around. That will be popping at some time this evening. So at least you've got some kind of vintage snowmobile entertainment to satisfy yourself with. I try to commit so strongly to having some kind of vintage snowmobile entertainment here each and every week for you, and I've not missed one in the 2 years I've been doing this. So that's why I was so worried. Is like this would be the first time I actually miss an episode, to have at least something for you in this time slot. And I was kind of freaking out over that, so I wanted to come live and make an announcement and let you know what's going on. I know I've said it 100 times, but I keep repeating it in case people are just joining us. My throat's getting all irritated too. Anyway, that's it, guys, for the evening. Thank you so much, and we will catch you on the other side. Have a great evening.